Good afternoon, everyone. It is 4:08 p.m. On Sunday. So thank you all for being here today. As you know, my colleagues have been working all night, all day to address the effects of the utility fire and to restore power outages to those who remain without service. It is, of course, Thanksgiving weekend. Many Calgarians right now are sitting down to their turkey and pumpkin pie for a day of thanks, and I want to start with some thanks. So a special thank you to all of our colleagues in Calgary Emergency Operations Centre here, the Calgary Fire Department, NMAX Roads, and all the others who've been working so hard today. We again have gratitude for living in a place where government works as well as it does and where public servants go to work every day to keep us safe and to make our community better. So updates. I'm happy to say that the road closures have shrunk. We've been able to reopen large sections of downtown. What remains closed is really down to the block around the fire itself. So 5th and 6th Avenue between 7th and 9th Street, and 8th Street between 4th Avenue and 6th Avenue Southwest. Transit is running normally, so people should be able to get around downtown without any issues. Now, for those who remain without power, of course, we haven't forgotten about you. Our number one priority after keeping people safe is to ensure that we get power back up again. Gianna Manus from NMAX will come shortly to tell you a little bit about what NMAX is up to, but this is going to take time. We're not talking about a repair. We're talking about a rebuild of a large amount of infrastructure. Now, for the folks who are still at home, there are a number of things you need to do. First of all, we have an information center set up at the Mawada Armory. So if you or anyone you know needs a little bit of extra support, even help with your pet, or a place to charge your devices, this is where you want to head down and get to. We are asking impacted residents to first seek shelter and help with your friends and family to see if you can bunk with them while the NMAX folks are working. It's also a good time to contact your insurance company. If you are without accommodation by 6 p.m. tonight, and it is not practical or safe for you to shelter in place, please come down to the Mawada Armory and our Community Support Center will give you a hand. Now, if you are preparing to leave your place, there's a few things you must do, and it's best to do these while we still have some light. So number one, unplug everything. Unplug everything. When the grid is re-energized, there's a high likelihood of an energy surge. You do not want to fry your computers, your appliances. Unplug everything. Make sure your stove is off. Take a look in your fridge. Your fridge and your freezer. It is very, very likely that we will not get power back in time to preserve what's in your fridge and your freezer. So clean it out now. Clean it out now. It's much better than dealing with it later. So what you want to do is clean that out now. Remove any items that are perishable, because we are very worried about food spoilage, obviously. And if you're leaving, make sure you pack with you, of course, your medication. Make sure you have identification with you. Identification that confirms your address, such as a driver's license or utility bill. Make sure you have your home insurance information with you, as well as any property management contact information for those who are renters. And here's one that I always forget. Make sure you have your battery chargers with you, which will all hopefully help you a lot. You know, my favorite thing in the world is to remind people of things they ought not to be doing, that sometimes I think they should know they ought not to be doing. Ventilation systems in buildings have been affected by the power outage. Running your car in the underground garage is a very, very, very bad idea. If you are waiting for the parkade door to open, don't sit in your car with it running. This is not smart. So please be careful. We want to make sure that no one succumbs or has any problems with breathing. We managed to clear the smoke. Let's not do this to ourselves. So make sure that you are working in places that are properly ventilated. Don't use your barbecue inside. Don't run generators indoors. And as darkness falls, please use flashlights rather than candles or propane. It is all about safety being our first priority. Let's turn now to impacted businesses. Of course, most of us still have one more day of holiday, so we've got a little bit of time to prepare before downtown is fully up and running for business on Tuesday. But as we look ahead to Tuesday, it's very important that businesses in the affected area make and keep their continuity plans for what is going to be happening. So, business owners, commercial building owners, managers, you have to start implementing your business continuity plans and your emergency blackout procedures. So if it hasn't happened yet, 3 things should be happening now. There should be conversations between landlords and tenants. If you are a landlord, you should be contacting your tenants. If you are a tenant that has not heard from your landlord yet, you should be talking to them. Employers should be talking to employees. The basic message is it will not be business as usual starting next week. The default is that people should not come in. And of course, employees should be contacting their employers to find out what is happening. There will be major disruptions to normal business in the affected area until the infrastructure is rebuilt. So your first priority, business people, should be staying in touch with your employees and your customers, working with your personnel and working with your insurers to develop alternative arrangements until we are back up and running. In short, if you don't have to be in the affected area, make plans to avoid it. It will not be possible. It will not be possible early this week for there to be business as usual in those affected areas. If, for example, you require time for your employees to come in, pick up a file, pick up their laptop, something like that, arrange these things in windows. We'll try and arrange people's travel, try to do them out of rush hour, and so on. At this time, we are not asking those outside of the impacted area to avoid downtown starting on Tuesday, but stay in tune for that. On business continuity resources and updates, and businesses can access that website at calgarychamber.com/emergency. It's calgarychamber.com/emergency. Of course, as we go through this, we again see the incredible spirit of the people who call this place home. I hate seeing challenges. I do not enjoy standing at this podium, but I do love hearing your stories of caring. And I just want to tell you about some community partners who have joined us. The Eau Claire YMCA is offering free drop-in access that includes showers to anyone impacted by the power outage. Just bring ID with your address on it. Our colleagues at Shaw have unlocked their Wi-Fi network across Calgary so that you can connect to the Shaw Go Wi-Fi network using a mobile or Wi-Fi enabled device anywhere in the city. There are many businesses, including all TELUS stores, that will allow you to bring in and charge your devices. The TELUS stores, I understand, will even let you charge Rogers devices. Go figure. And we've had lots and lots of donation requests. We're not accepting food donations at this time. I just want to say thank you to all of those who are making those donations while you're busy preparing your own Thanksgiving dinner. It really means a lot to us, and the thought really makes a difference. And that's the city. That's the spirit of our city, and I'm very proud, as always, of how people have come together and continue to come together when it counts.